What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Ghost in the Night, a paranormal and true crime podcast. How we doing, Travis? You all right now?
Shut up.
Have you calmed down? Are you still all rambunctious and getting pissy with me?
It's just the world.
It's just the world.
Here we go. Let's start it off. Right.
What?
When life gives you melons, you might be dyslexic.
This isn't What the Fuck Wednesday.
No?
We're doing an actual episode tonight. We're not doing What the Fuck. Oh, Chromebook, don't you shut down on me. Don't go to sleep.
But I was having an argument with the missus the other day, and my wife told me that I have to, because my wife tried to tell me I had to stop impersonating a flamingo. I had to put my foot down.
All right.
I don't even have a wife.
All right. Tonight we are doing the Amityville Horror. What did I even call this? I had a nice title for this. What?
The fuck show?
Amityville Horror House, Murder, Mob, and Demons, or something stupid like that.
Mermobimans?
Yes. But this,
I got another one for you.
Let's be completely honest. Us being a paranormal and true crime podcast, this hits everything for us. We have, dare I say, it hits the
G spot.
It hits our G spot.
Which is
up my joke.
Which is in your butt if you're a male.
Who was it? Ricky Gervais had a great joke about that. If God is so hell bent on homosexuality being bad,
why'd he put the G spot in your asshole?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no, you want another one?
What? No, I don't.
Don't you hate people that answer their own questions?
No,
I do. Get it?
Mm-hmm. But like I said in the pre-show, this is going to be a 2-part episode. Because it is a true crime and paranormal.
Mostly because it took us 45 minutes to put together this jacked up fucking excuse for a sign. You know what we should have done? We should have just drove nails through the whole goddamn thing and just put these on the fucking cross beams on the back. Not a bad idea.
We're getting the hot glue gun out for the next time. Fuck this shit. Anyway.
I just love how I went to fix things and like the Velcro, which I thought was a great idea, just completely came off the fucking thing.
I don't know. Anyway, but this story, if everybody's heard of the Amityville Horror, it's true crime and it's paranormal. It is a haunting, but it all got started with a true crime.
Paranew crime.
I mean, because this is right down our alley. It has everything we look.
It's right up our buttholes.
It has everything we look for. But like I said, it's going to be a 2-part episode. Tonight we're doing the.
Go ahead.
What are we doing? What the fuck are we doing?
Go ahead. Well, I mean, at some point I figure we'll have some house cleaning as to why we've disappeared.
Well, we will. But this will be a 2-part episode. This first episode is going to be the true crime part. What happened before the Lutz family actually bought the home and had their historic, what is it? I forget exactly how they were in there for like 30 days or something stupid like that. They're paranormal and they're haunted, the demonic, which, you know, we'll get into all that in part 2. So the paranormal is going to be part 2. Don't fucking give me that look.
No, I thought I heard something outside. I was like, here we go. Now there's a fucking one of those Hollywood Hills crackheads in our current location of the Hollywood Hills.
Gonzo says he wants What the Fuck Wednesday.
Well, if you would have been there for the one episode where we explained that.
Yes. Oh, that's right. We'll do that house cleaning.
Were we recording when I told you were just as useful as my dead dad?
Yes, we were.
Yes.
We are clipping that, and that's going to be a short.
I mean, if you picked up the audio from that whole fucking rant I had, that alone is a fucking clip.
Yes. But what was I talking about? Oh, but that's going to be how these next 2 episodes play out. True crime portion of Amityville Horror will be tonight. Paranormal and ghosts and demons and all that shit. And, you know, Ed and Lorraine Warren, the Lutz family encounter. Knocking the whole fucking table over.
I say we just say fuck it and we start just sitting crisscross applesauce on the floor and holding the microphones ourselves.
I'm thinking about just getting regular like stands and we're doing it in the living room.
After us fucking setting this thing up and all that shit is why, like I said, we need to have a stationary camera recording whenever we're both in the living room for more than 1 minute, because it's always hilarious. Because in case anybody was wondering, we were a little late. We were trying to execute this fuck off thing that we
For the people
started
listening,
off as a great idea. It actually looks pretty good.
they don't look.
We're
horrible.
a little off center, but it doesn't
Well, we
look
can
bad.
fix
It's
that.
not. The letters aren't exactly
The Velcro.
even.
We have some room to play with. As long as the thing does not fall on my head during this broadcast, I'm happy.
I'm honestly kicking around the idea of just fucking painting the letters on the fucking boards.
I think Gonzo keeps saying it's a green screen, which it's not.
No, it wasn't. It's not. I know it's not a green screen, but because before this we were a little bit late, as everybody noticed. We're later than normal any fucking way, but we were a little extra late because we're sitting there. I hadn't eaten any actual food today, and then I ate Chipotle, and Phil also had Chipotle, and all Phil's hot salsa was in the same place, so he's head sweating over in the corner while I'm trying to measure this shit out and make it look good. And then while I'm trying to fucking mind you, I was going to say while I'm trying to put the Velcro on the letters, it takes me fucking 4 hours because it is the hardest backing of anything sticky I've ever gotten off in my life, and the whole time this fucking asshole is trying to put nails or hangers and brackets on the back of this thing. He's just absolutely annihilating his poor little fingy tips with a fucking hammer. So now we're sitting here, our buttholes are boiling, our stomachs are gurgling. Phil has no feeling in half his fingers like a fucking third stage diabetic. I'm over here just considering just ending it all because I can't outsmart fucking Velcro. And then that's not even all of it. The shit fell while we're trying to hang half of it. The goddamn letters come all the way off. The Velcro, great idea in theory, but once again, execution is a big old fuck you right in the ass, right on the fucking paranormal G-spot we were referring to earlier. It's just all a shit show.
Yeah, I agree.
Our pets' heads are falling off.
Are you ready to start this episode? Let's do a little house cleaning with the fact why we haven't. I don't even remember the last time we fucking recorded. Has it been 3 weeks?
It's been at least 2 weeks.
I thought closer to 3. Our longtime listeners know, this is a busy time of year. Naturally, Travis, his work schedule is hard. My work schedule has been fucking interesting.
Mine's getting better, though. I now am consistently getting 2 days off in a row, which is fucking nuts.
Then I had some personal issues come up, so I had to attend to and take care of.
Phil had a hemorrhoid.
Yeah, I had to clap.
Whatever.
Clap on.
You don't fulfill the requirements for getting the clap. Are our levels? Are we kind of? Fuck it. Who gives a shit?
I'll boost them. I don't care.
I don't give a fuck.
This is why we drink on these episodes. We don't seem to have these problems when we're drunk.
Every single part of me wanted to just fucking throw this at the camera and call it a day.
All right. You ready to? But that's why we've been kind of late. Hopefully we'll get back on a little bit of a schedule. The day is going to be iffy because we want to do it when Travis has a day off.
Or at least an early off time.
Right. So you're going to have to stay tuned
I can share the video.
Follow us on all the social medias, and we will put those. Those are all in the description. I'm not going to read them out right now and I'm afraid to hit the fucking little things we got. I'm afraid the computer and TV might implode at this point. I don't want to touch shit.
Gonzo in the chat said I give off Iron Sheik vibes. I'm far too not racist to give off Iron Sheik vibes.
Yes. All right. You ready to get this party started?
I guess.
All right. 112 Ocean Avenue, a large Dutch colonial home located in Long Island. Hold your questions till after my presentation. Located in Long Island, New York, is a home with a very shady and interesting and, dare I say, evil past.
Not if you ask 3 days grace.
What's your question?
Oh, it wasn't a question. It was just a comment before anybody possibly asked. No, the Amityville Horror House is not in the background of that one scene of Jaws. It just happens to look very similar.
Speaking of Jaws, it was on last night. I watched it.
Cool story. It's just not a good movie. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Whatever.
It's not. Like, the movie's okay. The shark, poorly timed making, because the shark was just hokey.
Well, yeah, it was.
It looked about it's just as realistic
almost
as the one at Universal.
Almost as hokey as the original Amityville Horror.
I can't even tell you the last time I watched it.
What's Brolin's old man's name? What's Josh Brolin's dad's name?
Joshua?
No, that's the son.
Mark?
What's
Tom?
Bolin. Anyway,
Bartholomew.
Is he married to Barbara Streisand?
I don't fucking know.
I think so. But I believe he was the star of that.
What about me strikes you as the type of person that knows, one, what Josh Brolin's pappy's name is, two,
James Brolin. Thank you. My mother's in the chat, and she's educating us.
Sorry, Gregory. Sorry, he's late. Don't worry, we were also fucking late.
Who?
Luke or John? Like the Bible?
Yeah, I don't know. But what was I?
That's another interesting one we need to talk about at some point.
The Bible?
Isaiah 45:17, I think, is the one.
What is it?
It's basically saying, like, it's a whole quote or a scripture.
Well,
of like, I am God. I create all that is evil and good. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh, God's the devil.
I'm just gonna say, if we ever do a Bible episode, we are doing it via Zoom, because I don't want to be anywhere near you when you're talking about the Bible.
Why?
Because I don't need to get struck by lightning.
I'm a pragmatist. I'm a realist. I can't fucking help this shit.
Yes, but James Brolin was in the original Amityville Horror, and then
Way to be James. Is that the dad?
Yeah, the dad.
Oh, I didn't know that. Don't care.
Yeah, but we all know that it was remade later on a few years
with Ryan Reynolds.
With that sexy motherfucker Ryan Reynolds.
I'd fuck.
Oh, I'd let him do whatever he wanted to me, and I'm a straight.
Especially if I'm getting the
I'm
alimony.
about as straight as they get.
You're about as straight as this fucking sign is, Phil. What are you talking about? You're about as straight as Austin Powers' fucking teeth.
That is true. But you know what? Speaking of Ryan Reynolds, we will get to Amityville Horror in a minute. I swear. You know,
we were talking about Ryan Reynolds. Deadpool 3. When's it coming out?
His wife. Blake
Lively.
He could do much better. She is not.
Have you seen their relationship? It is beautiful.
He is way too pretty for her.
It's not all about looks. Look at fucking who isn't Jason Momoa like married to a lady like 20 years older than him?
Jason Momoa was married to Lisa Bonet from the Cosby Show. Yeah.
I mean, I've seen the Cosby Show. I couldn't tell you that. Other than Bill Cosby and Raven Simone, I couldn't tell you.
The hot daughter. I mean, she's pretty bad back in the day.
I haven't watched the Cosby Show since I was a kid.
He was no. He wasn't married to her. I think they got together.
Oh, let's get racist.
I think they got together after she broke up with Lenny Kravitz. Or maybe they didn't.
Okay, here's another sidebar that's interesting. I heard it on shout out to Brohio podcast. They were talking. Their new episode is fantastic. Go listen to them. I love them. And really cool guys. I have traded some emails with, I believe, Nick. Super nice guy. But they were talking about twins and the Nazis and shit like that. And they brought up the fact that there is in this world.
You know, we're all over the fucking place here. We're talking about Lisa Bonet.
This is what happens when you give us this much time off.
Lenny Kravitz, Jason Momoa, Ryan Reynolds being fucking hot as fuck.
It's not our fault. Look, let's get past the
and
lies.
Now we're talking Nazis.
Let's get past the lies here, people. Nothing happened in Phil's life. I haven't been working. We spent 3 weeks doing peyote and ayahuasca at Burning Man.
If that were only true, I'd be a happy motherfucker.
But no, they did point out on their show, they were talking about twins and Nazi experiments and shit, which led them into Siamese twins. There is a Siamese twin in this world. Male, obviously. I don't think you can have fraternal twins that are Siamese. I don't think that's a thing. But think of it this way. They brought it up. And again, shout out to Brohio. I'm not trying to steal their thunder. It was just very interesting and funny conversation. 2 males conjoined twins, 1 straight, 1 gay, shared butthole.
That is a nightmare scenario,
right? What do you do?
Damn it, Bob, not tonight. If he puts that in my ass, I'm shitting.
Exactly, that's what they said.
I didn't even listen to that one.
How drunk do you have to get your brother? Which I guess since you share a butthole, you would share a digestive system. Therefore, you would also get drunk.
Do they share?
And then
do they share a penis? Or do they? Because if one's straight, the other one's gay, and the gay one's always wants to take. I'm saying, fine, you get tonight. Tomorrow night, you're Fucking a vagina, buddy.
What if they have two dicks and they can do like one butthole, two dicks, or like one controls the dick and the other one controls the butthole, like individually. So then it's like the gay one can have his sex with his man of choice, and the other one can have sex with his woman of choice, and it's like a human dickipede.
Now we're talking nice party. All right. Anyway, are we done? Let's get back to Amityville Horror. Let's get back to murder. Where was I? Now, most people. Now, the Amityville Horror House probably, let's be honest, is probably the most popular or the most well-known haunted house of all time. But the story is
because Ryan Fuck My Mouth Reynolds was in the remake.
Not. I mean, that was borderline as bad as Green Lantern. I will say that. Just saying.
Oh, you listen to Brohio because of me? Go tell them that.
But
because they also played our promo on an episode, and it didn't help as much as I wish it would have.
Now let's talk a little bit. This story, like I said earlier in the intro, was, it's just not a haunting. It's a true crime story, and that's where we're going to start tonight.
True haunting.
Yes.
Traunting.
True blood.
Sucky.
But let's talk a little bit about the community of Amityville.
Boring.
It's a community. It's a very small.
White.
Well, yes, especially back in 1974 when the murders took place. But it's a small upper middle class community, which on Long Island, which is there's some money there. I mean,
you know why they call it Long Island?
I'm afraid to fucking ask.
Because it's the longest island of all of the
islands,
like boroughs.
Oh,
I don't know that.
I'm making shit up.
Maybe it's the home of Howie Long.
I do not think so.
You look at it from space and it has a flat top.
Okay, I'll go with this. Anyway, let's get
Howie Long, if you think about it, just looks like a really athletic version of Dilbert.
I don't even know who Dilbert is at this point.
See, this is why I wish the world worked the way it works in my mind, because at that point I was just going to storm off and like knock one of the signs off and just be like, I can't fucking deal with this shit. Go ahead. White people, 70s, probably some racism.
Yeah, probably. But this...
really bad food.
Like, we're talking about the true crime portion of the DeFeo murders. Now, this is...
Do you think that's coming up?
What?
Should I go fucking pause that?
Yeah, go ahead if you want.
Yeah.
Just do me a favor.
I can't believe I just fucking caught it.
Just,
don't mind my ass.
Don't walk in front of the camera. Oh, for the love of God. But anyway, I don't even know what the hell I was talking about. But the murders that happened in 1974 on, I believe, November 13th of 1974, it in itself is a little paranormal because there's a lot of things that he claimed and people have claimed over the years that there might be something paranormal to that, something demonic of that. We'll kind of cover all that here in this episode, but it's definitely... What are you doing?
I'm putting the live stream on the TV.
So we can hear ourselves echo? What are you doing? Now what are you doing?
It's not that loud.
Okay.
Watch time.
I know one thing. There's a fly in this house and it's freaking aggravating me.
Chill out, Jeff Goldblum.
All right. So anyway, okay.
I kind of assumed that we would suck this first time back.
Now we're ready.
We didn't even turn the fucking TV off.
Now we're ready to get started with the official podcast. Okay. At 6:30 p.m.
Fuck this sign. Sorry, I'm reading one of the comments. It's a much better sign. In theory, yes.
Thank
In
you,
execution, yet again. Theory, Ryan Reynolds.
Well,
Execution, Napoleon Dynamite.
okay.
I'm sad.
Okay. So the true crime version of this tale started on November 13th, 1974, essentially. Around 6:30 p.m., Ronny DeFeo Jr., otherwise known as Butch, arrived at Henry's bar. I'm sorry, 6:30 a.m., I believe.
Whoa.
Well, was it 6:30 p.m. or a.m.? I don't know.
I would hope it's PM. Who the fuck's going to the bar
Yes,
at
it's
6:30 a.m. on Long Island?
Yes, it's 6:30 p.m.
And also, Ronny DeFeo Jr., where the fuck does the name Butch come from?
Well, when you got two Ronnies, you obviously got a senior.
So Butch? That's
So
not
Butch.
Ron.
Everybody's fucking dead, so how we can't ask these questions.
Ron Swanson.
Okay. But he arrived at Henry's bar and told people, "You have to help me. I think my mother and father are shot." How do you
mean?
I think my mother and father were shot.
Either my mother and father were shot or they fell on something very hard that then escaped away from the scene.
A group of people went to the DeFeo house where they found
This is No Country for Old Men. There's a guy walking around with a fucking air cannon. Flip the coin. You have a 50-50 chance.
But a group of the people from the bar, which is always a good fucking plan, take a bunch of drunks to a crime scene.
At 6:30 in the morning.
Or 6 p.m. in the evening. What bars?
6 p.m. in the evening.
Yes. Well, you said morning, so I said evening.
Just to clarify.
Oh, anyway. But they did find that the DeFeo parents were dead inside the house. DeFeo's friend, Joe Yeswit, which is the dumbest name of all time, made an emergency call to the Suffolk County Police Department.
Joe Yeswit?
Yeswit.
The fuck nationality is that?
Now I can hear myself. There's a fucking echo in here.
I gotta turn it off. It's gonna keep making me laugh. I'm sorry. I thought it was such a...
Oh,
and again, in theory, we have great ideas. In execution, not so much.
I don't even know why I bother anymore. I don't even know why you people watch or listen to this shit.
What do you mean, you people? Well, the fucking remote doesn't work.
Just unplug the TV.
Well, no, that's fucking... Oh, shit. I broke it.
What'd you break?
I didn't break anything, really. Well, the Fire Stick remote worked.
Okay.
So I could pause it. I just couldn't turn it down. So does it still count as a view if it's just paused?
No, I don't care. I don't care right now. Where are we at? Well, okay. Basically, Joe Yeswit called the cops, and when they arrived, they did search the house, and they found 6 members of the family were dead, shot in their beds. The victims were Ronny DeFeo Sr., 43.
Bedhead.
Louise DeFeo, 42.
Deadhead.
4 siblings, Dawn, 18, Allison, 13, Mark, 12, and John, 9.
Bedwetted.
All the victims had been shot with a rifle, a 30.35 caliber rifle, which whatever. I don't know that. I don't know exactly. I'm not familiar with that brand.
Yeah, go ahead.
With that size, but what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm not familiar with that size.
I've never heard of it.
Every time I pull my penis out, I'm not familiar with that size.
Yeah, okay. So what actually happened here? Now, around 3 p.m. that morning, the DeFeo parents had both been shot twice. The children had all been killed with single gunshot wounds to the head. Physical evidence suggests that Louise DeFeo and her daughter Allison were actually awake at the time of their deaths, and everybody else showed no signs of being conscious. They were shot dead in their sleep. All 6 victims were found face down lying in the bed. Now, DeFeo, he was taken to local police station for his protection after suggestion to the police that the crime could have been committed by a mob gangster, a mob hitman, might have carried out this killing, and he even named him a gentleman. That's a
35.
Well, this was a rifle.
Oh.
So probably 35 caliber. I don't know.
Do anything right.
But old Ronnie or Butchie actually named a man he thought was a mob hitman that carried out these assassinations of his family. And he named a gentleman by the name of Louis Fellini. Now, naturally, in 1974, the mob was kind of a thing.
You know, the mob,
Which
afros, disco.
Now, this isn't the only instance where the mob plays a role into this story. The mob is heavily weaved into this story, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But Fellini, naturally, the police questioned Fellini.
The guy sounds like a fucking magician.
The great Fellini.
We have some questions for you. No, the fuck you don't. Poof. He's just gone.
He made bullets disappear.
Ninja smoke.
Fellini, once they questioned him and interrogated and investigated him, Fellini had an alibi proving that he was out of the state at the time of the murder. So naturally, they said, I guess he's not doing it. He didn't do it. Good enough.
Yeah, get out of here, Fellini.
The following day, however,
don't forget your cape.
The following day, however, Ronnie confessed to carrying out the killings himself. DeFeo's
throwing the towel quick on that one, didn't you?
He's not the sharpest.
On a hextuple homicide?
He's not the sharpest tool in the shed. DeFeo told don't make me laugh. I'm trying to concentrate. DeFeo told detectives, once I had started, I just couldn't stop. It went so fast.
That's what she said.
That was every sexual encounter I've ever had.
Oh, fuck. The police were just as disappointed in this confession as his wife.
All right. Ronnie did not have, I should say, the best reputation in the town of Amityville. He had been known to have a big rifle. No,
he turned Amityville into Calamityville.
He is known to have a bad temper and like to get into a lot of fights, go to a bar and get drunk and start fights.
So, and his name was DeFeo and not like O'Rourke?
No.
I don't know, but that made me think of that scene there's a scene from Family Guy where they're depicting Irish, like, immigrants. It was like, this scene depicts the life of an Irish woman in the turn of the century. And it was like, husband drinks whiskey, hits woman, she falls down, pops out a baby. And it just does that on cycle. And I was like, that's fucked. Go on. More about Ronald.
Where was I at? He was naturally a heavy drinker since he went to a bar to tell people that his parents were killed.
It's 6:30 in the morning.
No, 6 p.m. I would say the evening, but you're an asshole.
Who says evening? What are you, fucking Dracula? When are you going to meet me at the bar? This evening. Sucker.
Anyway, where was I at? I don't even. He was a heavy drinker, liked to use some drugs. He was a drug head.
It was the 70s. A drug head?
Drug head.
Jesus Christ.
I'm making shit roll tonight. I'm bringing shit back.
Man. You definitely drive a fucking lifted truck with a broken exhaust after saying that one. No. He's a drug head.
No. But
he was injecting marijuana.
His drugs of choice was LSD, mushrooms, and heroin. So he was into the good shit. He didn't fuck around.
It's a hell of a mixture.
I know. This cocktail of drugs that he liked to partake in could explain a lot.
Go on.
Well, I'm thinking about LSD trip, 70s. What kind of going to cover this?
Heroin, acid, blah, 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 blah. But wait, there's more.
It might cause you to do some shitty things.
No.
So it's very...
Just throw meth in there, and you just got like the most toxic fucking combination of all time.
It's very plausible that he, got whacked out of his mind on fucking drugs like LSD, had a bad trip, and killed everybody. But there are some conspiracy theories that people think that maybe because of his actions.
What was that noise that came out right before you?
I was trying not to hiccup, but I did anyway, so fuck you. Eat all the dick.
You kind of sounded like Mr. Herbert from Family Guy. I got some popsicles in the basement for you.
But there are some conspiracy people that believe that maybe if you think about it, 1974, LSD.
Bush did Amityville.
Maybe it is possible that Ronnie was a member or was a subject of the MK Ultra project. And there is a tie here that we'll get into. Because everybody knows, I think, 74 is about when it was winding down. Was it 76 when they had the hearings? You'd think we know this. We did a fucking episode on MK Ultra.
Did we?
Yeah.
Together?
Yes.
Are you sure?
I guarantee it. People in the chat that are listening to us.
That are listening to us?
I said that listen to
I
us.
refer you back to the Russian clip that I put on our TikTok. The people in chat that are listening to us, pay this man his monies.
Oh, where was that? But yes, we did do an MK Ultra episode, Travis. I'm glad you pay attention. Now, there's the mob connection to this family, which, if you think about MK Ultra
Starts with M, and so does the mob.
No, the mob did play a role in MK Ultra. If you think about the Kennedy assassination, I believe, what's his name? Not Oswald. Jack Ruby was a made man.
Really?
Yeah, Ruby was a made man.
Like, actually?
He was either made...
Like a made man in the way that, like, a lot of people that are just our associates say that they are.
He had ties to the mob.
Yeah.
And that conspiracy theory, a lot of people think that's why the mob's involvement, they had to... would you stop fucking off? God, you're like a fucking toddler. Jesus Christ.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that he was, like, officially...
He was either closely tied to... He might even been a made man. I'm not... Don't quote me on
little
that.
burning fucking saint card and shit.
But anyway, the DeFeo family had some serious mob connections.
No, DeFeo? No way.
Well, we'll get into it. So the mob could
Was
be...
the mother's maiden name Genovese?
I will get into it if you just show patience.
Oh, I was just throwing that one out there. Is it really? Like Lucchese or some shit?
We'll get into it. I don't want to blow my wad early.
And I'm the one with the fucking sexual innuendos. We'll get into it. I don't want to blow my wad early. Go on. Hit me with the facts.
Greg talks about would it be more likely that he was part of the Montauk Project, which I don't think LSD played a did they? I haven't really looked at.
I mean, it was the 70s, so I feel like LSD played a part in pretty much everything that occurred.
It's very possible. We'll look into it, but I don't know. But if you look into it, Jolly West, from our...
Jolly.
Who was a MK Ultra doctor, this...
Sounds like an MK Ultra doctor.
Yeah.
Jolly West.
Yeah, he was the one...
Here's your LSD. My name's Jolly West.
Jolly West had ties to Manson.
Mm-hmm.
He was the one who interviewed... His whole role in MK Ultra was to... it was... Which we covered in that episode that Travis does not fucking remember.
MK Ultra, man.
His whole, he wanted to create false memories or have, Manchurian candidate type situation. He actually interviewed Ruby right before Ruby went crazy in prison.
So when in this time did Mr. Ruby open his steakhouse?
That is a different Mr. Ruby.
Right? Chalupa's being a noisy bitch tonight.
I thought it was raining for a minute. But, so there could be, with the mob connection to MK Ultra, with the mob connection to the DeFeo family, this isn't out of the question. Where was that? Now, we're going to get into, there is some funky and funny stuff with this murder that we're going to cover now, but let's just...
There's some really funny stuff about this murder.
I'm going to cut to the end. I'm going to tell everybody how it goes, because we all know how it went. The trial, DeFeo did get convicted of this. The trial began on October 14th of 1975. He went ahead and, as most people do, tried to take the insanity plea by saying he killed his family in self-defense because he heard voices plotting against him. Now, this morphed into voices telling him to kill, which is where the paranormal starts to leak into the story.
Yes.
Okay. On November 21st, 1975, DeFeo was found guilty of all 6 counts of second-degree murder. On December 4th of 1975, Judge Thomas Stark, no relation to Tony Stark, sentenced DeFeo to 6 consecutive sentences of 25 years to life.
Fair.
Equal. DeFeo died at the age of 69 on March 12th, 2021.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Now, this is not a cut and dry case. There's a lot of things that happen with these murders, if you're not familiar with it or haven't looked into it, that don't add up. Now, all 6 victims were found facing face down in their bed.
Face down.
Face down. Face down, ass up.
That's the way I like to fuck.
And there was no signs of any struggle on any of them. How's that even possible? How many people do you know sleep face down? Everybody sleeps fucking different.
I mean, I used to before I had my medical issues, and then I still to this day, like, I've been trained to not.
We must thank Gregory for his input on the show. Episode 169 was, or 168 was MK Ultra. 40 fucking episodes ago, or 30 some odd episodes ago.
Maybe it's the acid.
We were probably drunk for that one.
We were very often drunk in those days.
Where was I at? But to have all 6 people sleeping the exact same way, that's impossible. The odds of that, I had a better chance of winning that Powerball.
A fucking asshole in California.
Fuck,
Won my $1 billion.
Now, like I said earlier, the mother and daughter were the only 2 that were thought to be awake when they were killed.
Understandable.
So they were shot, and if they were awake, obviously they heard the shots. They were placed in that position. Now, this shows it wasn't, how can I say this? It wasn't really, they took the time to place them there. This is in that position. So the timeline will get a little funky here in a minute.
I'm listening.
You're just dicking off, I know.
I'm sending the link. Jesus. I'm answering our fans.
Now,
One fan.
Now,
Ceiling fan.
Think about this. 6 people got shot. I believe what I said, the mother and father were shot twice each, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 4 gunshots.
Yeah.
How in the hell, and the mother and daughter were only 2 that were thought to be awake. How do you fire 4 gunshots to start off in one room and the other 4 people not hear it? To where they would move, wake up and move. I don't know. The house is haunted. I don't know. I'm hearing noises too. You hear a little click or something? Yeah. That's Chalupa. What the fuck are you looking at behind me? Is that a spider?
No, it's a cave cricket.
Crawling up the fucking wall.
It gives me vibes of the Amityville Horror. The flies.
Yes, we will get to that next week. But
tune in next week. That's all we got for tonight, folks. Fuck you.
But you think about it. 4 gunshots. It's going to wake some people up.
You would think.
It should.
Like, I can be a pretty heavy sleeper, but goddamn.
But for the other 4 people to not be moved, they basically killed while they were sleeping, it doesn't add up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if their bodies were found off the bed, on the floor, out of the, each one's a little different, then things would add up. What?
I just find it funny that you can't help but keep looking up at the fucking thing.
Go get a gun and blow a hole in the wall.
Oh, they're harmless.
I know. So that's the first thing that makes this a little weird and funny.
I wish we had that one like Canadian guy from YouTube. Number 1. I wonder if that's going to show up on mic.
Now, one thing that DeFeo Butcher boy.
One thing the Chevrolet DeFeo.
One thing DeFeo did say during his when he confessed. What the fuck is so funny?
Absolutely nothing.
He did admit when he confessed. Are you over there shitting? God. I don't even know why I try anymore. He did say he drugged everybody.
Yeah.
Because naturally.
Well, I mean, he had heroin and shit, so. But I'm assuming that, let me guess, he said that, but the toxicology report on the autopsy showed no fucking.
Exactly. There was no sign of any kind of sedatives found. So that doesn't make sense with the gunshots here and everything. They also tested the gun or looked at the gun. They did test it, and I'll get to that in a minute as well. But there was no suppressor or anything on the gun as well. So it was fired full loudness.
Full volume, not just full loudness.
Loudness.
It was much more louder than not loud.
Exactly. So
notice how we said suppressor, because we have this conversation all the time. A silencer is not a fucking thing.
It does not exist.
Go on. I just had to point that one out. Fuck you, James Bond 007 GoldenEye on N64.
One thing that the police could never come up with, you're going to go kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it.
Huh.
It's above my fucking bed.
I'm part Japanese. I don't believe in killing things.
Oh, it's going to get killed after the show if it's still there.
Phil's going to fuck that bug to death.
I'm going to murder the shit out of it.
Then the bug's going to be going, why is your dick so small?
Anyway, one thing the police could never figure out or link to him was a motive. Now, the prosecution tried to use life insurance as a motive. You know, naturally he was going to collect life insurance, being the only survivor of this ordeal. But the police, DeFeo actually at one point, I believe he asked the police. He had no clue about life insurance. He asked the police, how do I collect life insurance?
Huh.
You think if you're going to use motive or kill a family member or an entire family for the life insurance, you do a little fucking research.
Right.
I mean, I know 1974, there was no Google or no YouTube.
Life insurance, or fucking detective walks into the room, the interrogation room. Are you the insurance man? You got my money. I'll take it in cash, check, or gold nugget pendants for my chain.
Right. So the motive was a little sketchy on Mr. Butch. Now, when police canvassed the area, I watched NCIS, so I know these words. What?
What does the NCIS have to do with this? You couldn't have gained that knowledge of that word from people trying to sell you new roofs in the summertime.
I've never heard anybody outside of police dramas use the word canvas. Of course, I don't have a lot of interaction with police.
I had interaction with the police fucking yesterday.
Yes, you did.
A detective, to be exact. A whole nother story.
Right. Naturally, when we'll get to that on the next What the Fuck Wednesday.
Maybe.
I don't
know if I can disclose that information.
Yeah, when they went and talked to the neighbors, no neighbors heard any gunshots whatsoever. Now, the police did test the rifle, and they found and proved that that gun could be heard within a 5-block radius of that house. So
inside the house?
Yes. I don't know how they tested. They tested it, and within a 5-block radius from that house, you could hear the gunshots. Now, it was at 3:15 p.m. or a.m. I'm sorry, in the morning. There, that was for you. When the murder took place. What the fuck are you looking at now?
I thought I heard voices. Like, I thought the audio was on one of our phones. Maybe it's not.
Maybe it is.
It could just be the dog licking her fucking twat.
Very fucking possible. She's a little whore like that. Where was I at? Gunshot 5 blocks away that could be heard. So, but nobody reported hearing any gunshots. No, they said they didn't hear any gunshots. Now, one of the things the police used to verify the time of death was there was a neighbor reported hearing a barking dog at 3:15. So the person could hear a dog barking, but could not hear guns. I believe it was 8 gunshots in total. I think it's in my notes. Yeah, 7 or 8 gunshots in total fired inside the house, and they heard a barking dog, but not those 8 gunshots. How is that fucking possible?
That totally makes sense.
It does not make sense at all.
Good job, police
Now,
people.
What's even more strange, the DeFeos themselves did not have the best of reputations in the neighborhood. They were not the Cleavers.
Ward, I think you were a little hard on the Beaver. So was Eddie Haskell, Wally, and Miss Cleaver.
Now,
Eminem.
Ronnie Sr. was being a good Italian guy in the 70s. Was a little loud. And apparently there were some nice fights going on between him and his wife, him and Ronnie Jr. or Butch, however you want to call it, whatever name you want to use to identify him.
Ow! You burned the meatballs! You call this a marinara?
But
where's the mozzarella?
Apparently DeFeo Sr. was not above slapping old Luis.
He was the chief of the Slapaho tribe?
Yes. But neighbors could hear it and could hear it quite often. So, once again, this place.
So it was just a normal fucking evening in Long Island in the 70s?
In 1974, yes. But the thing is, if they could hear a verbal altercation, how loud was he if they could hear that and not gunshots?
Right.
So that just adds to the gunshot issue or the gunshot problem.
The problem with the guns. Guns don't kill people. Doped up Italian men do.
Now, some of you that are familiar with this case, now in 86, Ronnie Jr. gave an interview to, I believe it was Newsday, that he claimed his sister killed the father, and then she was so distraught that she killed the mother and then killed everybody else. And Ronnie killed her to end it. However, there are some people that believe they were in on it together, like maybe a murder-suicide type thing, kill the family, and then they were going to kill each other, kind of thing.
Yeah,
because apparently they did not like Dad too much. It was not a nice household. Apparently,
that house was not a home.
Okay.
Was there a adoption or a was this a stepdad situation?
No.
Damn it. I was really hoping I could yell, "You're not my real dad," in an Italian accent. You're not my real father. Hey, fuck out of here. I got a gold chain with a little semen-looking thing on it. And a meatball.
Now,
not from Subway.
Now we're going to get into the mob connection of this family. Because there are a lot of people that believe this was a mob hit carried out by more than one person.
Nina said, he's wearing a wife beater, a.k.a. an Italian smoking jacket.
You racist people. All of you. Like I said, there's a mob connection to this family, and that's what I want to get into that now, because a lot of people believe that this was a mob hit, which
a lot of people, including probably fucking me.
Yes. Now, the family seemed to be a stereotypical mob type family. They did have mob connections.
Their last name was Italian.
Yes.
Their last name had more than 3 consonant or vowels in it.
They had what appeared to be a questionable car dealership that didn't seem to move a lot of cars, apparently. They moved from Little Italy to the suburbs, a la Tony Soprano.
How many cars you sell last year, Ronnie? Tree.
The house this is a nice house. I mean,
it is.
Had a boat, had a dock, access to water.
And it continues to sell for a ridiculously low price, right. And people do not live there for very long.
Right. The house has a boat dock with a boat. It is rumored that is what is so funny about that?
The house has a boat dock with a Volkswagen Passat.
Well, I could have just said it had a boat dock. Maybe they didn't have a boat.
Maybe they had an aqua
I said
car.
this because it's very important to what I was about to say if you would have let me fucking finish.
The boat or the dock?
Both.
What about the Passat?
I don't give a fuck about the Passat. Passat wasn't a thing probably in 1974.
Do they have a jet ski?
I do not know. That is not pertinent to the fucking story.
Well, then they're fucking lame.
Okay, but it is rumored that the boat and the dock were used in the mob business by, they would do late night drug runs.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Going down the river,
Okay, here's a thought. Why did nobody ever think to call jet skis motorcycles? It's pretty good. Like,
Well, doesn't cycle imply wheels, and there's no wheels on a jet ski?
if you drive
Is
in,
it
but
sickle-
if you happen to notice, everybody seems to ride jet skis in fucking circles. Therefore, you could just correlate it to being cyclical.
But I think a bicycle is a two-wheeled cycle. A tricycle is a three-wheeled. So isn't sickle mean wheel?
I don't know. I mean, it's all against God. He only likes straight sickles. But I digress.
Where was I? I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. But Ronnie and Senior and Junior would go out on late night boat trips. So
That automatically sounds shady. When your last name has that many vowels and you're saying late night boat trips.
Now, this was either late night fishing
in Long Island,
which I doubt, dumping bodies, or drug smuggling.
Which, yeah, why wouldn't you dump the fucking bodies and just take off?
I don't know.
Go to international waters, Ed Kemper your mom, and then just fucking call it a day.
Now, all of what I've spoken when it comes to the mob now is just hearsay. I mean, it proves nothing. Now let's get into the good shit.
Which is why, I feel like the mob tie thing is the most plausible explanation.
Now we're going to get into...
because since it never really came up, or since it never was used as a hardcore reasoning behind this, makes it more plausible to me. Because if the mob was behind this, they would, I mean, realistically, if you think about it, the mob would have been like, Ronnie, you gonna go down for this one, or we're gonna kill you. We're gonna fuck you with gabagool.
We're gonna talk about that. That is part of this. But now let's like I said, it's all hearsay up to this point. It's not proven. Let's get into the proof that they were a mob family. Now, Ronnie Jr.'s grandfather, or Ronnie Sr.'s father, however you want to look at that, Rocco DeFeo, was...
Oh, yeah, definitely. No, there is literally no job a man named Rocco DeFeo does other than being in the mob.
But he was highly connected to the Genovese crime family.
Oh, no shit.
His father's uncle, Peter DeFeo, was a capo in the Genovese crime family. He had been connected to all kind of extortion rings of local businesses, naturally, the bread and butter of the mob. Plus, he was connected to the Carpenters Union, the union in the 70s, mob run.
You could have just said a union in the 70s.
Yes, especially in the New York area. Now, let's get to Louise DeFeo, the mother.
Louise Genovese?
No, her father was Michael Brigante, Sr.,
Bergatti,
who was associated to Carlo Gambino. He was a member of the Gambino crime family. Now, there's a story when the cops were still investigating and everybody was showing up. Peter DeFeo, I forget who else. Maybe it was Rocco. But
or insert Joey,
the
Paulie.
Genovese side of this family showed up.
The G-men?
Yes, they showed up to the crime scene, and they asked one of the cops. Actually, I think both the Gambino, I think Brigatti, the Gambino side showed up too, if I'm not mistaken. But Peter DeFeo asked a cop or detective if he could make a phone call. And he let him go to the house and make a phone call. Now, the detective detecting kind of eyeballed the phone number. And when he checked into it, well, I should say this first. Peter noticed that the cop was watching him, and he hung up, went to another phone. He said, "I'll call you back." Went to another phone. But the cop checked into it, and the number that he used was a number to the unknown location of the crime family, of the Genovese crime family. Now, with all those mob connections and the type of person Ronny DeFeo seemed to be, he was the perfect patsy to take the fall for this mob hit. Now, a lot of doubters say about when they talk about the mob connection to this, you can't have, the two crime families connected. Of mob wars. But this is not fucking true at all. It is very common for mob families to marry off members or associates to the family to kind of broker the peace a little bit. Keep the peace. It's like Game of Thrones type shit, And I know this for a fact. I knew a guy who his mom was a gambler.
Oh, now you're really sounding mafia.
Mobby.
I knew a guy.
But I did have a guy I knew. Is that better? When I was younger, his mom was a Gambino.
Woke up this morning
and
had some gabagool.
And she married a guy that was connected from a different, I forget. It wasn't a New York or New Jersey mob family. It was further south, I think. But they settled.
Durham, North Carolina.
No, I think it might have been Pennsylvania. I don't know.
Durham might be in South Carolina. I don't fucking know.
Somewhere. But anyway, when I knew the guy, this is during when, what's his name?
She married Steve Buscemi?
No, the crime boss. The tough on them. What's it? I can't think of his
John
name.
Gotti?
Gotti, yeah. When Gotti finally got nailed. When they finally...
nailed by police or nailed by...
When he finally got convicted.
The Aryan Brotherhood.
When he got convicted. He got sentenced, that trial. Because that was, OJ before OJ. He
That's it. Yeah, as far as... Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Televised.
Yeah, publicity.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I was going to say, it's not really the same thing.
Oh, let's say OJ can't hold candles to murder to these guys.
No, Gotti.
But I know he watched that trial like it was fucking some Price is Right or something. Fuck, he watched that shit every fucking day.
Who, OJ?
No.
Oh.
The Gotti trial. Because he had met Gotti.
Yeah.
At a wedding at one point. But anyway, say if he's a nice guy.
I feel like I would just leave.
Yeah.
Somebody's like, oh, yeah, John Gotti's over there. I'd be like, later. What's wrong? Where you going? Literally nothing good is going to come of this. Fucking John Gotti.
Now,
didn't John Travolta play him?
Yeah, apparently it was a shitty movie. In 1990, DeFeo filed a 440 motion, a proceeding to have his conviction vacated. DeFeo said that Dawn and she brought two friends with her, and they killed his parents, and Dawn killed the children.
Yeah, I've heard this one.
Dawn was the only person he killed, and it was an accident as they were struggling over the gun. Plausible story, I guess. I mean, but his story changed.
What is it being at that point? What does it being an accident fucking help you?
Right.
Like, I killed everyone else, but it was an accident when I killed that one.
90, well, he couldn't have got off, but, he had 25 to life sentences. Maybe get 5 of those taken off. And he only killed one,
Yeah, so you're only doing 125 years minimum.
Now, this does answer a little some questions. How could 6 people be killed by one person, and nobody hearing a thing, nobody moved?
Yeah.
And I think I don't know if it's in my notes, but he said in one of his original confessions, he did it in 30 seconds. He went through.
What are you, fucking Usain Bolt?
He cleared the house and killed them all in 30 to 45 seconds. What is he? They should have took his ass over to fucking Iraq or Pakistan and killed fucking Obama or Obama.
Flash Gordon,
or whoever it was, Bin Laden. I mean, was he a fucking SEAL? How can you clear a house, 8 shots, kill 6 people in 45 seconds?
Are we dealing with Will Smith from the fucking Suicide Squad?
Yes.
Fucking Deadshot over here. Go on.
Yes, where was that? But Dawn and her 2 friends does answer some of the questions how things got done so quick, and nobody.
Yeah.
It helps with the noise factor. That motherfucker, kill that motherfucker. He's going down. He gets in my bed. I'm gonna kill that bitch.
I don't even know where he is.
He's down
What
there.
do you want me to kill him with?
Fuck your bare hand, you ruggedy man, son of a bitch.
If I barehand that thing, I'm throwing it at you.
I will I'll squeal like a little girl.
I'll see what I can do. I don't see him anymore.
I don't know. Take something.
Yeah, keep coming up the wall. Don't go.
Where'd he go?
He went down.
Oh, if everything would go down in my bed, damn it. Okay, but the Don thing with 7, that makes a little bit more sense, killing 6 people. A little bit more easier in how it could have been done. Makes
Literally,
sense.
any explanation with more than one human being makes more sense.
Okay, where was it? Now, there are some people that believe Don, like I said a little bit earlier, Don and Ronnie killed them together.
See what I say? The fucking dogs are out here, man.
Crazy. But there's one of the conspiracy theories, or one theory, is they were together, they killed them together. As they hated their family, or hated their parents.
Incest.
God, you are like a mind reader. And
I'm the true crime guy. I think about shit like this fucked up shit.
They killed them together, and then Ronnie either killed her, kill all the witnesses, or it was a murder-suicide, and he just couldn't pull the trigger.
Excuse me.
Now, there are some people who believe that Ronnie and Dawn were,
like Rondon, but like Ram Jam, but
they were hitting it.
Whoa, Black Betty, lamb, lamb.
They had a little special brotherly sister relationship.
Little stinky finger.
Yeah, well, maybe a little bit more than its finger.
Oh,
yeah.
Did either of their younger siblings have 3 eyes or arms?
No, I don't think so. Now, at some point, naturally, Ronnie, like I said, he changed his story a million times. I'm being facetious, but he changed his story a lot. At some point, it went to
if your story changes once,
right,
it's too many.
At some point, the story went to demons. He said a woman in a hooded cloak with black gloves told him to do it. Now, there are some people believe this was actually Dawn. And I have seen accounts of a witness. The police did interview somebody at one point.
Yeah.
And they did see a hooded figure with what appeared to be a gun, a rifle, outside the house around the time of the murders. Now, the question is, was this Dawn? So, did Dawn...
Why the hooded figure?
Well, it makes it more demonic, man. A little occult action.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it just seems so hokey.
Well, the whole fucking story's hokey. It's like a bad fucking made-for-TV movie.
Yeah. I mean, what is this? Is this fucking chick one of those, fuck, why can't I think of the names of them? The dead king, the dead man kings of Lord of the Rings?
Yes.
Fuck, I can't think of the name of them.
But
they always have to have a hood.
Right, this
can't be just a chick in a fucking Mets hat.
Yeah, well, but this Ronnie changed his story. But this is where the seeds of the demonic started creeping in, and that foundation was laid.
Creeping in my window.
And that's pretty much the story of the DeFeos. Oh, what the hell I got going on here? That's pretty much the story of the DeFeos at this time.
By
But
Nazgul, yes. Sorry, that's the...
Now, I've said on this podcast...
I kept wanting to say Isildur, which I know is not correct.
Like, many times, I've said on this podcast...
Fuck.
Many times this evening, but...
I said fuck 35 times before I was even on the camera.
We know for a fact this house at some point has some activity, whether you believe it or not, and we'll cover that next week.
Ripley's.
But I've often said on this podcast, traumatic incidents can cause activity.
Yeah, that's what we would refer to as a residual haunting.
Or maybe...
Well, I mean, it could be intelligent, but like...
Open the door to some kind of intelligent...
or...
demonic thing coming in. But it could imprint on the environment. And I think 6 people being murdered does fall under that category.
Yeah.
So this...
5... Too pussy of a number.
7.
6. All right. 7.
Just
MVP.
fucking overkill. 7 is just fucking overkill. But what was I doing? Where was I fucking? Lost my train of thought.
Demons. 6 people.
But
death.
This lays the groundwork for what happens later on with the Lutz family.
Mm-hmm.
But also the DeFeo's accounts of being told to do it, a demon or whatever, some kind of evil was in the house that forced him to do it. Or it could have just been the fucking mushrooms. I don't know.
There's one that I haven't thought of as far as a theory. Do you think that there's any potential that gangster rap made him do it?
I do not think gangster rap was around at this time.
Just throwing out all the options. Just throwing things at the wall, seeing if they stick.
Yeah, that's very possible. But this, I mean, you're right. I was speaking of rap. I'll go off on a little right here. I was watching. It was TikTok or something. What's the guy's name from Ace Ventura, the rapper? Oh, fuck, I'm drawing.
Tone Loc.
Yes,
yeah.
His only one hit.
2. Wild Thing and Funky
Cole
Medina.
That's right. I forgot about that. Will get you. You write Funky Cole Medina today, you're getting canceled with a quickness. You're straight Bill Cosby and some motherfuckers.
Right.
I was listening. It might have been TikTok. Somebody was doing a dance.
They just write it about your sugar mama or some shit. That funky old vagina.
I mean,
fat band.
Brilliant song. Very catchy. Catchy song about date rape.
I really used to love playing that song on drums. I'm not gonna lie. Just the
and bestiality.
He was also in Fern Gully.
Yes, he was, wasn't he?
He was the monitor lizard that rapped with the... Wow, man, for some reason I just fucking mixed that musical scene from Fern Gully perfectly into the Powerline song from Goofy Movie. I got whatever it takes.
Now let's give
a piece of cake.
We got some time here. Let's give a little preview of next week's what we're going to talk about next week, but then we'll open up the floor to a little What the Fuck Wednesday, since it is Wednesday.
Yeah.
How's that sound?
I mean, this whole thing's kind of been one anyway.
Yeah, pretty much.
The first 10 minutes of this show was just me walking around, not even on camera, cussing and complaining.
Well, with the way...
There you go, Gregory. You were late. Fucking go back to the beginning of this live stream and watch it after we're done.
With the way the show started, with what we were trying to do, we probably should have just made it a What the Fuck.
Honestly, other than the G being a little high, I did pretty well. Yeah. I think we should paint them, though. I do. Like the insides in here.
No, it's just overkill. That'd be just overkill.
Fuck it. God damn it.
Next week, we are going to cover part 2 of this. We're going to cover the Lutz family, everything they went through. Like I said, I think they were only there for like 30 days or whatever.
We're going to spend 5 minutes staring at a picture of Ryan Reynolds' abs.
We will talk about letting Ryan Reynolds do naughty things to Travis's nether regions.
My bussy.
Yes. But we also will, Ed and Lorraine Warren will make an appearance. Ed and Lorraine Warren will make an appearance. We will rag on them, because we all know how I feel about the Warrens. God rest their souls. R.I.P.
Or whoever rests them. Zach Bagans, rest their souls.
Yes. They play a intricate role in this after the fact. And let's be honest, they're the reason everybody knows about this. This was the case that got them famous.
Yeah.
And there is some compelling evidence that they did come up with. I did cover that in...
It's not as compelling as the power of Christ.
Oh, fuck me running.
Boom.
So that is what we are going to talk about. All the experiences of the Lutz family, the actual hauntings, the flies, the motherfuckers fly.
I know that giant fly up there in the corner. I haven't seen a fly in this house in I don't know how long. And we talk about the Amityville Horror.
I saw
and
one.
there's literally a like the professional boxer butterbean sized fucking fly.
It's a baby pterodactyl.
It's a pterodactyl.
When I can hear it buzzing, it's a fucking pterodactyl. But we'll talk about
That's not even it buzzing. That's just it walking.
Boom. It's like with fucking Jurassic Park. If I had water, my water's
like that video of fucking World's Strongest Man when every time Brian Shaw would walk somewhere, Eddie Hall would go.
Yes, but that's what we are going to talk about. I think the son, I forget his name, maybe it's Chris. There's a documentary he did about his experience there.
Yeah, I watched it.
I want to watch that. I don't think I've seen that one. That's
good.
I want to watch that. And we'll kind of cover that experience and kind of give our thoughts. Because I think that story, there's some shit that doesn't add up. It's very plausible, like what I just spoke about, that the murders there sparked something or imprinted on the atmosphere or charged the atmosphere, could have brought something, whatever. I'm not saying it's not haunted, but I'm not saying it's haunted either. It's a fascinating case when it comes to the paranormal. So that's going to wrap up this. You guys can stick around. We're going to do a little What the Fuck Wednesday here for about 15, 20 minutes, talk about some bullshit. And then we will hopefully next week be back on somewhat of a schedule.
I've been playing that drum cadence on my legs, and I can't. I literally the whole time I've been trying to think of what fucking song it's from, and I can't. Da 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 da. Shaka da 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 da. I think it's a fucking Metallica song.
It might be.
No, it's a Slipknot song.
So, anything new going on in the world for you?
I got a topic. Speaking of,
I got one too.
Speaking of Zach Bagans, do you think he single-handedly keeps any company that makes affliction-style clothing open at this point?
No,
because he's the only person that wears that shit.
I agree.
Like he still wears like basically like the 2022 equivalent of Jinko jeans and fucking like extreme couture fucking t-shirts.
Zach Bagans is an interesting character.
He really is. Those glasses. I understand he needs them, but like,
have you seen that when him and his sister made their appearance on?
His sister?
Yeah, they.
No way. For sure, I figured he was an only child.
They were on Wheel of Fortune.
I did see that. Yes.
Even when he was younger, he needed to be smacked.
Speaking of people who dress like assholes
and
have slightly cringy television shows, and I've said 1,000 times, I watch Ghost Adventures. I don't hate on it entirely. It's just, it gets a little, like, they're good at what they do, is basically what it is. Like, I watch it, and I'm like, that's a little bit much. Like, we might be upgrading for the cameras, but they make millions upon millions of dollars. They've been doing this shit for like fucking 15 years. What?
I'm just looking. It just needs to come down just a little.
The whole goddamn thing's getting thrown in a fucking
No, it's
bonfire.
not. I worked too goddamn hard hanging. I tore that wall up. There's for 4 fucking holes.
Like, this is how
eight fucking holes in the wall.
This is how
now.
hard he worked on it. Look what he did to his finger trying to put this thing together.
There goes my fucking sex life.
I was trying to fucking work a previous injury into a bit for the show. Yeah.
That one you can't see.
But anyway, speaking of other people who dress like assholes and have actually this person gives a new definition to cringy. He makes Zach Bagans look like fucking the Fonz. Chris Angel.
Yeah.
When's the last time you heard that fucking name?
Didn't we talk about him not too long ago?
Probably.
On What the Fuck Wednesday, I think. Because
do you want to talk?
I went. Freak.
Have you tried watching it again?
No.
It is awful.
Horrendous.
It's fucking terrible.
A little cringy.
It's worse than you remember. You watch it and like you're just like it's like he makes David Blaine look like the coolest guy on the planet. And David Blaine really just he just bit all Chris Angel did was he took David Blaine and then he mixed him with Johnny Depp's fashion sense, and he got a TV show.
What Sigford and Roy give
him a tiger?
No, Angel a start?
I hope not.
I think so. I could be wrong.
So you're telling me the Bee Gees of magic gave fucking I don't even know what to call him. He's like if the Crow. No, the Crow's too cool. I'm trying to think. How would I? He's like whoever the chick was. I can't remember her name, the actress's name, but the actress that played the really pissed off waitress in Waiting was Johnny Depp for Halloween.
Oh.
That is Chris Angel. You know who I'm talking about? Oh, hold on. Let me pull it up.
Well, while you're pulling that up, nobody in the chat commented on my beard. It's back, motherfuckers.
Those kids are too busy looking at our sign.
Here's
your sign.
I'm actually preparing for my audition for Santa Claus 85, the movie.
Are you shitting me?
What?
Oh, duh. I'm a fucking idiot.
Well, that's a given.
Leave it to the career restaurant guy. I was going to look up the cast of Waiting. I put in waiting staff. Jesus Christ. Shoot me in the fucking cock balls. Oh, I forgot she was in it. Oh, yeah, Dane Cook's in that.
What?
Waiting.
Is he?
Yeah, he plays Floyd, the cook.
Huh.
When they're walking, when Luis Guzman is walking him through the kitchen, he's like, "This the salad area. This is Floyd, and he just fucking smacks the shit out of the cutting board with the fucking knife, and he goes, "Welcome to the Thunderdome, bitch." There's a lot of people in that movie for real. If you look back on it, Andy Milonakis, David Koechner. I love David Koechner. Who else is in this that nobody knows? But who am I looking for? Alana Eubank. That's who I'm looking for. If that person dressed up as Johnny Depp for Christmas, right. Or for dressed up as, if she dressed up as Johnny Depp for Halloween, you would have Chris Angel. So everybody in the chat, look up fucking Alana Ubach, ALANNA UBACH. That's Chris Angel with less fucking eyeliner.
Let's see. For those of you listening, if you want to follow us on all our social medias, I'll just go ahead and get this out of the way, see if it works. Oh, we're definitely going to have to change all that shit now.
What?
You can't see them. But
nice.
Go to Instagram.
Oh, God. Legally Blonde 3, 2023.
I can't even read them anymore. I don't know. But we did put a short up on YouTube.
Instagram, ghost _ night _ podcast. Twitter, at
night
_ ghost. TikTok, gitn.podcast. Facebook, just fucking look it up, stupid.
But TikTok, actually, we're going to start doing some more TikToks. We got to start doing some reaction shit for TikTok.
Yes.
Some of the shit you watch, we're going to have to record reaction shit.
Yeah, I mean, the one I put up today didn't do terribly.
But I saw the coolest. I saw not a bumper sticker. You know the shit they put on windows, back of car windows. You know, like the kids, the family shit.
Yeah, the decals.
Yes, I saw the coolest one today. I laughed for an hour.
What was it?
It was like a 4Runner or some kind of SUV, but it had a bunch of them. But one of them said, "If you're gonna ride my ass, at least pull my hair." Mm-hmm. I laughed for a fucking hour at my lunch break. And the ironic thing is, when I followed this woman, when she turned onto the street
Balls itch.
When you turn left on the street, I saw her. She was bald as hell.
Oh my!
I started to roll down the window and say, "How can I pull your hair if you don't got any, bitch?"
Get plunger.
Well,
Wait, hold on.
what's Moon Unit saying there?
He's asking if the neighbors are missing some deck boards. Joke's on you, asshole. We live in the hood. There's no such thing as a deck out here.
Hey, well, we're the high class people in the neighborhood. Fuck, you know.
Oh no, the neighbor 2 doors down is definitely the high class guy.
Oh
on
yeah,
our
they
street.
are. Yeah, because they own.
He's got a space heater on his back porch.
Fuck me.
The overhead like umbrella style ones. You never
damn.
noticed? Yeah. Bet he's got that bitch bolted down.
Let's see. Is there any news?
If he's smart, he does.
Let's see.
I mean, fuck, I've been thinking about getting a grill, and when I say, I mean, I've been thinking about getting a grill, I'm thinking about getting one of those fucking charcoal ones that just sits on the ground because I don't want to spend more money on something that might just get fucking stolen.
Hey, on my personal TikTok, Ghost in the Night viewed my profile.
Famous. Well, yeah, I got to see what you're stealing from our thunder. I was proud of that. I'm glad that the one I put up had got, I think it's like 7 something. I'm glad I got some views because I re-edited that just because it's TikTok and like, you know.
I gave you like 2 weeks to put this shit up. If you don't put it up, I'm putting it up on mine. And I put it up on mine anyway. God damn it.
Yeah, well, I trumped you.
How did you trump me?
Because I got 7 something on TikTok and over 1,000 on Instagram.
Well, see, I don't post it on Instagram.
Suck my balls. Actually, between the two of them, I got over 1,000 on TikTok.
I think I got a share.
I love how we're talking like 1,000 on TikTok is shit. It's not.
It's not shit.
I saw one. Holy fuck! I saw a video. I have it saved. It's got like fucking 94 million likes. Just likes.
Tell you what, if I had tits, we'd have a great TikTok account.
Well, then
I do, but
and then there's those 2. Yeah, same. But now there's those 2 girls that are going viral as fuck. The ones that were, I don't know if you saw them, that sang, you know, Gnarls Barkley, Did that make me crazy? They're singing it in a fucking parking garage.
Yeah, I heard.
Oh my god.
That was not. Who was saying that? He was a
Gnarls Barkley. Gnarls Barkley is the group. It's the front man is CeeLo Green, from Mobb Deep.
I saw the one. I saw them do it.
Or
then I saw where he watched.
Yeah, he was like, they sing it better than me. Yeah. 10 out of 10.
Did he get busted for sexual harassment or rape or something?
Oh.
I think that's why I had to leave The Voice. I apologize if I'm like he watches this. Fuck it, I don't give a fuck.
Right, we're gonna get fucking a cease and desist letter from CeeLo Green, and I'm gonna be like, I love you. You were the sound of my childhood. Or no, was he the Fugees? Or Mobb Deep? Or Crime Mob? I think it was Crime. I don't fucking know. It's so hard to keep track of all the fucking bullshit. But yeah, them girls, holy shit.
Oh, I can fucking say.
Dude, the first one. The first one. When she hit that fucking.
Oh yeah, she hit that.
That when she literally just climbed the ladder of fucking notes. Oh my god, and that was the coolest part when she hit it and she went whoa, and then the other girls started singing and you see her just doing the little fucking dance in the background. I was like, good for you.
You go, girl. All right.
No, you went from fucking. Actually, they had fucking a following before that. Like they're both very talented.
Oh yes. We might come back to do a full What the Fuck Wednesday. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see how it is. But we will be, let's plan on being back here next Wednesday night. Unless, it'll either be Wednesday or Thursday next week for part 2 of the Amityville Horror.
Wednesday.
So, we thank you for showing up and checking this bullshit out. We apologize for being a clusterfuck.
Wasn't a very long one.
Hour.
That's why we split it in 2 parts. We got 2 episodes out of it.
Yeah. And then, but we apologize for this being fucked up. We were a little out of practice. Not that it was
like I said, if
beforehand.
Gregory's still in here. He's been watching for a while. He's got to go back and watch the beginning of this shit.
Who?
Gregory.
Oh, Gregory.
He wasn't here at first. I don't know if Moon Unit was either. Definitely fucking go back and watch the beginning of that. I was on a rampage.
Yes. But we will get better. We were a little out
Again,
of
I told Phil that he was as useful as my dead dad.
That is, look for that on TikTok. I will still we will post that. Actually, I'll let you post it on your on the podcast.
I'll post it on my personal Instagram. Follow my personal Instagram at GITN Travie. It might be underscore, or it might be just be capital GIT. I have a really cool profile picture. It's not. I mean, it's cooler than I didn't make it. It's cooler than anything I ever could have done.
Mine's cool.
What, yours?
Yeah.
The awkward Bumble profile picture that you have on your fucking Instagram. Phil, we gotta
Instagram. No, we were referring to TikTok.
Oh, I was talking about Instagram.
Fuck it.
I was talking
don't
about.
even know what my profile.
I'm
is
trying to grow my personal brand, Phil.
What
and just wait.
What is? I don't even know what profile pic I have on mine.
PDS 7862.
I know what it is. Oh,
or 62.
I just mixed it up a little bit.
But
fuck it, I'll change it. I'll put a dick pic on there.
Have fun getting taken down. But yes, also look forward to things are going to. No, we're not changing the sign every time. Fuck that. Literally, like we went from like happy-go-lucky, let's grab dinner on the way home, to Phil's blasting his fingers, and not finger blasting.
And stubbing my toe, which I stubbed it last week, and it was black and blue. I hit it identically, the same toe in the same spot again.
Oh, and let us know, either in the comments or DM one of us or something. I seriously think at some point, at least every once in a while, we should mount a fucking webcam in the living room, especially when like I'm stoned and or drunk and you're drunk, and like watching some random shit on TV, and just catch it on. It's fucking classic.
Then I'd forget it was on, and I'd be one day by myself and.
No fucking jerking it in common spaces. Come on, that's just fucking common courtesy.
There'll be a whole video.
God damn it. What else was there? Oh, what I was saying is there will be changes coming. I have other ideas. But the main one is, we've already talked about this, I painted pottery for the first time.
Yes.
And I painted a tiny little Bigfoot.
It's official. Travis has come out of the closet.
And he's going to... Dude, that shit was fun.
I know. I'm just fucking with you.
I was going to say, you've done it, motherfucker. Don't try to front.
I was doing it to try to get laid.
Were you?
No, not really.
What, were you trying to fuck your Teddy Ruxpin?
No.
But no, I made a little Bigfoot. I
don't think I ever had Teddy.
And the lady said I did really good.
She was just trying to get laid.
No, I was actually kind of shocked. She was like, I love all the little details, because I took one of the little like fine needle point fucking squeezy things and like added some like fucking accents and some detail to it. And she was like, I really like the detail. I was like, yeah, it's not too bad for my first time. She was like, you've never done it? And I was like, I'm pretty much, I'm like the Rock of everything I do.
All right. We're going to fucking end on that bullshit of a note. All right, guys.
So nothing else? Do we have any end of night fucking points?
No.
It's almost fucking 11 p.m.
We got to get out of here. Like I said, apologize. We'll get better. We'll get back in the swing of things here next week.
Better. Never let go, Jack.
But let's be honest.
Phil's got to find Mothra hiding in his bed.
Yeah, I got a pterodactyl.
Please come back, Mothra.
Climb up my anus tonight while I'm sleeping.
No, that's not a pterodactyl. That's like, I don't even know what the fuck that is. That's whatever the fucking, what is it? I'm pretty sure the giant spider from Harry Potter, or the giant spider from Lord of the Rings, that also had a stinger.
All right. We love you guys. Take care, and we will see you next time. Say bye, Travis.
Eat a dick.
A big one.
A dick of love. A love dick.